Welcome back. Well, right now with me, I have a guest, Justin Beck with Cultivation Technologies. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, tell us what Cultivation Technologies is and sort of the future of the company.
Sure. Cultivation Technologies is an infrastructure and branding company dedicated to legal cannabis.
Okay.
So we're building a $30 million campus in the city of Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first project of its kind to feature cultivation, manufacturing, distribution, transportation, and testing under the new state license system.
Okay. Now, does this mean that once they get going, that they are actually going to be producing a product or help others produce a product and bring it to market?
Well, what we're doing is we're providing the permitted real estate. Okay, and we're providing the branding and the technologies.
Okay, all right.
So we do, we participate in the revenues that way, but we do have site tenants, which...
Okay, I understand, yeah. Yeah, because there's other companies that do this for different products and things like that.
Right.
Very good. So you folks are going to be having an event. This is going to come up on Friday, August 26th, and you're going to have a doctor from UCI, Dr. Danielle Piamelli, right?
Correct, Dr. Daniela Piamelli. And so the event is entitled The End of Opiates.
Okay.
And it's really created to generate awareness for the opiate and opioid epidemic that's sweeping our nation. You know, thousands of people are dying every year. Millions of people suffer from some form of addiction.
Right.
Dr. Daniela Piamelli and his lab at UC Irvine are studying pain therapies.
Okay.
Also with cannabinoids, and potentially looking at cannabinoids to replace opiates in the future for pain management. Dr. Piamelli is one of the world's most respected cannabinoid research scientists. He's editor of Cannabis and Cannabinoid Research, the only peer-reviewed scientific publication for cannabis. And then also his lab features a gentleman by the name of Dr. Guillermo Sanz Moreno, and they are researching cannabis in a lot of different ways, and we're spreading awareness of that.
Okay, so some of his research is looking at getting people off a lot of these opiates, which a lot of which are prescribed, of course.
Right.
And then switching them, well, looking at alternatives, I should say.
Right.
Maybe not switching them to cannabis, so to speak, but looking at the base compounds of that and possibly how that can help folks, right?
Exactly. Another gentleman that'll be at the event, Stephen Goldner, is the FDA advisor to National Institute of Health.
Okay.
He's developing a product for FDA approval, which would be that replacement that you just referenced. So UC Irvine is conducting research, whereas Stephen Goldner is commercializing a product that eventually doctors would be able to prescribe in lieu of opiates.
I see. Okay, very good. And I would guess that the premise here, or is the hope, that what they're trying to find is some sort of a alternative pain medication that is less addictive.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to.
Absolutely.
Am I right? Okay.
Absolutely. And then studies have shown that not only is it less addictive, but used as a replacement therapy, it's more effective, or at least as an adjunct therapy in combination with opiates or opioids. The synergism allows you to reduce your intake of opiates or opioids by combining cannabis therapies.
Okay. And are they looking at an actual medication or the fact of just smoking marijuana, or everything in between?
Well, research has been limited because of the restriction on cannabis production by the University of Mississippi. A lot of people didn't realize the DEA decision last week opened the door for private research and production of cannabis. But therapeutics are being developed for ultimate FDA approval that are not smoking.
Okay.
So as I referenced, Mr. Goldner and his company Abacus Pharma are developing what is called a buccal tablet, which you ingest through your mouth, and it dissolves in your mouth, works within 5 minutes.
Interesting.
And it might ultimately be a replacement for Percocet, Vicodin, OxyContin, all these things.
And the hope is having less of the derogatory effects that you get from there. And eventually, as we know, a lot of times people will get addicted to those pain medications. And it sounds like this is something that maybe can help them out and then eventually wean them off completely.
Exactly.
Very good.
It often leads to heroin use. People are dying all across the country from this, and cannabis, if anything, is at least cannabis compounds as harm reduction, but it could end up being much more effective.
As far as cultivation technologies go, what is your hope that eventually this comes to being, and then you help market it or mark independent researchers?
Right.
Is that part of it?
We're looking at a lot of different segments of the industry.
Okay.
So starting with building permitted real estate in California, which is the largest market in the world.
Right.
But we are also ushering along companies like Abacus Pharma, as I mentioned, as we'll own a portion of that company and help them in developing these therapeutics.
Okay, how did you get started in this? This is your company, or
yes, Cultivation Technologies.
Yeah, how did you get started in all this? What's your background?
I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I started the first stock index for the industry called Marijuana Index about 4 years ago. I've had a couple other successful startups, and this company, though, is what I like to say is, this is the biggest opportunity I've ever been involved with, because the federal government finally has safe harbors for state-compliant companies, and which we are one. So we see the opportunity to build a billion-dollar company in California that benefits cities, that benefits our investors, et cetera.
All right, and this is being built out in Coachella.
Correct,
right?
Coachella is our first site.
All right, and as far as, do you have a time frame yet, or just kind of getting started?
We believe that January, February will be completed with a 111,000 square foot project.
All right.
So it's got full entitlements already from the city. We have our conditional use permit as of July 27th.
All right, very good. Now, let's get back to what's coming up again.
Yeah.
On Friday, August 26th, and this is basically a fundraiser that will benefit some of the research and all, and it's taking place up in Costa Mesa on the Avenue of the Arts Hotel, which is right across from the Performing Arts Center, if you're familiar with that area. So it's easy to get to and all. So tell me what's going to be happening up there.
Yeah, so we're going to have a mixer for networking, and then we're going to have a couple speeches from Dr. Piamelli, Dr. Moreno Sands I mentioned, and then Steve Goldner, who's developing the product under Abacus Pharma. So it's really it's a fundraiser to also raise awareness about Dr. Piamelli's research. Again, he's one of the world's most respected cannabinoid research scientists. And it's a really unique opportunity to meet some of the most prominent researchers in the cannabis industry up front and close.
All right, and this is a free event?
No, it's donations are $195 per person.
All right. I was looking at your flyer here, and I saw that there's a charge for valet parking, but I didn't see any on the flyer, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, so it's not that it's a cost; it's that it's a donation to the research. We are looking for attendees at $195 each. We're also hoping for donations. I personally donated $2,500. A lot of our different channel partners with Cultivation Technologies have also donated.
Okay.
So it's a great cause, but an excellent networking opportunity and educational opportunity.
All right, very good. And if you want to attend this, is there a link on your webpage?
There's
Cultivation Tech. It's actually cultivationtech.com.
Right. I would say that if you go to cultivationtech.com, just click on Contact Us and submit your information.
Okay.
And we'll follow up and get you booked up.
Okay. I think that would be the easiest thing to remember. The website is called endofopiates.eventbrite.com, which is Eventbrite is a place you go to buy tickets and things like that.
Right. So you can go to eventbrite.com and then just put end of opiates and you'll find the event.
All right. Very good. So again, this is coming up on Friday, August 26th, and this will be 7 o'clock to about 10 o'clock up there in Costa Mesa, Avenue of the Arts Hotel, which is literally across the street from the Performing Arts Center, the Segerstrom area. So if you know that area, it's right there. I used to walk that street all the time when I used to live up there. So if you're interested in this, get connected, and it may be a good opportunity for you. Justin, good to meet you.
Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, and again, Cultivation Tech is the website. The phone number is 888-851-9802. It's right on the screen there. Nice to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you, too. Thanks for your time.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.